I love the combination of raisins and walnuts together. It's even better in an artisan bread. This bread is great for a morning toast, French toast, and even sandwiches. Sandwiches, Michelle? Yes, sandwiches. A couple of slices of turkey and tomatoes will give you that sweet and savory punch in the mouth. Let's start with the dough. In a large bowl, add 350 grams of bread flour, 50 grams of wheat flour, 325 grams of water. Mix until you no longer see dry flour. We're going to sprinkle the following ingredients on top of the dough. 25 grams, or roughly about 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast, half a teaspoon of malted barley flour. Cover and let it rest for 1 hour. Sprinkling the ingredients on top will give it time to soften and it'll make it easier to mix later. Ken Forkish did this with his rye bread recipe. Stretch and fold and mix the ingredients together. You can also use this pincher method I learned from Ken Forkish. Cover and let the dough rest for 10 minutes. Total bulk fermentation time is 2.5 hours to 3 hours. There will be a total of 3 folds every 45 minutes. Fold number 1. Stretch the dough and fold over. Rotate the bowl and repeat until the dough becomes taut. Cover and let it rest for 45 minutes. Fold number 2. You can also do the 4-edge fold. Wet your hands with water if the dough is too sticky to handle. Cover and let it rest for 45 minutes. Fold number 3. You can also do the coil fold. Cover and let it rest for 1 to 1.5 hours. While the dough is resting, let's soak our raisins and walnuts. To a bowl, add 1/3 cup or 36 grams of chopped walnuts, 1/3 cup or 42 grams of raisins, enough water to cover the ingredients. Cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. Drain the raisins and walnuts very well. Try to squeeze as much liquid out as possible. Flour your working surface. Place the dough on it. Stretch and fold the dough over and shape it into a ball. Cover and let the dough rest for 15 minutes. Flip the dough over and stretch it out into a rectangle. Add the toppings in the middle of the dough. Fold one side of the dough over. Add the toppings to the top of the folded dough. Now fold the other side over. Add the toppings again. Roll the dough like a jelly roll. Pinch the seams into the dough. It's okay if the raisins and walnuts come out of the dough, just pinch it closed. I have a bread basket sprinkled with rice flour. If you don't have one, you can always use a bowl with a towel. Rice flour helps the dough from sticking to the fabric. Cover and let it rest for 1 to 1.5 hours. Preheat your oven to 475 degrees Fahrenheit with a Dutch oven or a baker. Carefully place the dough into the baking vessel. Score the bread. Place the lid back on and bake for 30 minutes. Remove the lid and bake for an additional 10 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. You can practically use any dried fruits or nuts. I sometimes use cranberries and make a turkey sandwich, which reminds me of Thanksgiving. I hope you give this recipe a try. Until another weekend, guys. Bye!